Hello, I'm Marie Williams. I'm running for Juvenile Court Judge, Section E. I'm number 6 on the ballot.
Ms. Williams, how are you today?
How are you today?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting me, NewOrleansBlack.com. Thank you.
See, you got it in.
You got it.
All right, look, on behalf of New Orleans Black, Facebook, Twitter, and all the other networks, YouTube, that'll be watching this, we appreciate you taking time out. We are going to be here for just 10 minutes as an opportunity to just get to know you better.
Sure.
Is that all right?
That's fine.
All right, so first up, in getting to know someone better, I'm going to get right to it.
Okay.
Who is Miss Williams? Take us back to that childhood. Tell us a little bit about who you are, what high schools you went to, your hobbies, habits, and get us to who you are today.
Okay. I am a New Orleans native. I grew up uptown in New Orleans. I am a graduate of McDonough 35 Senior High School, Xavier University of Louisiana, Loyola Law School, and the National Judicial College. I am the only candidate who has been a state judge appointed by the state of Louisiana. And not only that, I started off working at law firms, but I have, for the past 12 years, dedicated my life, my service, to being a legal aid attorney and a volunteer for various organizations, programs, and a juvenile mentor.
Wow. Now, in this, and you can talk to me. You don't want to
Okay.
talk to me, then you don't like
All
me.
right.
All right. In course, in the case of juvenile court, which is what you're running for, you have a lot of interesting experiences. I want you to elaborate on those, and then also tell us what it means for Ms. Williams to be the juvenile court judge. What programs or initiatives do you plan to bring to the bench?
Okay. I have experience, when I was in law school, I worked with the Loyola Post-Conviction Defenders Organization, and what we did was mentor juveniles, but we also represented individuals, adults and juveniles who were tried as adults. And I mentored them at Angola, would speak to them on various subjects.
Juveniles at Angola?
Juveniles, that, well, who were tried as an adult.
I got you.
And the ones who were put on death row or either
Wow.
had life in prison. And I would actually go to Angola, and they would use me, I guess I was the youngest one.
So you was the bodyguard.
I was the bodyguard to get to know them, to get to understand them, to try to understand what mistakes they made that I could help others. And they wanted me to try to talk to others out in the streets so that they wouldn't make the same mistakes. So I have that experience, and also I was a community organizer for many organizations.
You ain't saying that just because Barack Obama was on.
No, actually
You
Barack
actually really
Obama,
did.
actually he was one of our local council in Chicago, and I was a local council here in New Orleans for one of the organizations that we worked for.
Beautiful.
And we did a lot of fair housing, civil rights work, worked with community-based organizations that we represented that made a difference in people's lives. Like I said, it was fair housing, civil rights, families, battered women. I would also represent individuals on drugs, drug rehabilitation, the homeless, families, and juveniles.
Wow,
We
so
did a
you
lot of
use your
work.
law degree to make a difference in the community.
Yeah, I started off with humble beginnings myself because I didn't come from a background with, you know, a family with money. I have 6 brothers.
Okay.
I am the only girl, and we lived in a shotgun home. And so I am one who wanted to, I started off in a law firm, and I worked doing cases such as the tobacco smokers case, breast implants. I did Bogalusa chemical spills, but I wasn't happy and I wasn't fulfilled. So I wanted to give back, and I quit my job at the law firm and decided to start doing legal aid. It paid less money. I took a big pay cut.
So you
but
quit
I
your
was
job
happy.
at the law firm and
Yes,
became
I
a
did.
legal aid.
Yes, and since then, for the past 12 years, I've been doing legal aid work until I was appointed by the state as an administrative law judge. Yes, I became a legal aid attorney, giving free legal advice and just representing the indigent and poor in this city.
Wow. Talk to us about Ms. Williams' leadership style, okay? Because everybody comes in with a kind of a unique style that's all their own. What can we expect from you from a leadership style within your organization that you would have as sitting on the bench, as well as to the community? What can we expect from you?
Well, the role as a judge, you know, I think that it's very important, especially in juvenile court. You should be not only a mentor but a role model You should have persons who have been working with juveniles. You should have persons who've been in the city who aren't afraid to work with juveniles and who aren't afraid to be stern, and also the ones who are at risk youth and the ones who are probably not at risk youth right now. So, you know, my leadership style is to I understand where they come from, I've been where they've been, and I can bring some of my past background experiences to help me help them.
Well, let me tell you something I care a lot about. I was an at-risk youth, okay?
Yes.
Grew up in the projects, the whole thing, like most people. Got arrested a few times as a youngster and had many opportunities to go down the wrong path.
Okay.
And the system in which I grew up in was really encouraging and about how to make sure you find the right direction. I'm concerned in this community that we don't do enough of that we really just throw the book at these youngsters and put cases on them that end up ending their lives as a potential professional. What would you do as a judge to make sure that doesn't happen to our youth?
Well, as the juvenile court system stands right now, and especially after Katrina, a lot of things have changed. Resources have changed. Another thing I wanted to tell you before, I used to be the staff attorney at the Pro Bono Project. So people who don't know and people who do know, it's a free legal service where volunteer lawyers, we get volunteer lawyers to help us. Because I was the only lawyer there, we had over, I'm serious, when I left, over 1,900 cases. So because of that, I became a published author of a pro bono legal desk manual with other legal aid attorneys, where we would write, you know, I wrote the successions information part, but it was just, we wrote a book for lawyers to represent indigent people. So, and I agree with you about, you know, the courts, you know, maybe back then they did a lot. Right now the courts do not do enough. The only thing that they have for the children right now is anger management, and that's it. When you come into the system, they either, you know, they assess the case and they either put you in anger management, or they put you on probation, or they put you in the youth study center. I've worked with youth study center before Katrina and after Katrina. I've been to the youth study center. I've talked to this youth study center with the Marnette Society. We used to go there and to just let them see that, hey, you can be a lawyer too. You don't have to go down that road. But, you know, I have many things in place and things that I want to implement in the juvenile court system, because right now there are no...
Let's talk about that real quick. Tell me, like, your single largest initiative you want to implement.
I have many things that I want to implement. And first of all, I want to tell you the fact that I've been in the legal aid system. I have many resources. I know Unity for the Homeless is one group that has, I mean, different, maybe hundreds of organizations that, you know, for children, psychiatrists, doctors, homeless shelters. They have programs for after-school children. And what I want to do, not only that, I wrote the grant for the child in need of care in juvenile court right now. So not only that, I maintain the grant for the homeless, Unity for the Homeless. So I am a grant writer. I'm a published author. I have...
Girl, what you don't do.
And I'm being honest, and I have also have a copyright for a children's law program for TV. So I have these things that I can implement.
You've
all
been
of these
entrepreneurial
people,
and legal about how do you solve community issues.
And all of these people that I know want to volunteer their services, they're not asking for money. And so what I want to do is to put together some type of coalition that can help these children, you know, to have playgrounds, to have art centers, to do sports, you know, recreational programs, people who want to help them do karate. And not only that, this is a very good program that I want to start called Adopt a Youth.
All right, well, Ms. Williams, you said adopt a youth?
Adopt a Youth, and I want to talk about that because I think it's really important.
All right, well, we got 30 seconds, we got to close out. I just want you to, thank you for the interview, and I would like for you to remind our audience of who you are and your ballot number.
Okay, well, my name is Marie Williams. I am running for judge, juvenile court. I'm experienced. I'm a former judge. I'm the only candidate who has been a judge. I'm the only candidate who has worked with at-risk youth. I have not only volunteered, but I've given my life and my service to the community. I'm asking for your vote. I'm asking you for experience. I'm an independent candidate. I have not asked for any endorsements. I'm running on my experience and qualifications. I'm number 6 on the ballot, and thank you very much.